Hello, my name is Valeria, and today I would like to tell you a story about my friend Emily and how she discovered why an oil change is so important. So she came over one day to study, and after a couple of hours, we decided that it would be a great idea to treat ourselves to a little trip to Boba. On our way back, we were driving down the Los Angeles Avenue here in Moore Park, and her engine started to make a really weird noise, which I knew wasn't normal. Thankfully for us, the AutoZone was really close, so I asked her to pull in there and park. Once she parked, I asked her to pop her trunk, her hood, to pop her hood, and once she did, very distinct smell of burnt rubber came out, and I knew I had to ask her, when was the last time you had your oil change? And to this she answered, maybe January, I don't remember. It's very concerning for me to hear her say that, just because she had been driving around way overdue her oil change, and this could lead into a very tragic event if not taken care of. So today I would like to talk to you about what happens if your engine is not well lubricated, how this would affect the lifespan of your engine, and what to do if you ever find yourself in a situation similar to Emily's. One way to look at the engine of the car, is to think of it as its heart. It's one of the most important parts for you to take care of. With use of the car, you create abrasion and heat, which will then create sludge. Sludge could be prevented if the engine is well lubricated and cleaned. But once this happens, there's inevitable, oil repairs, engine repairs that you need to do if it's not well lubricated. According to the AutoZone's data page of estimates, if you were to need an engine replacement, it could go anywhere from $3,500 to $8,500, strictly depending on your car make and model, as well as the year, and of course labor, which could all make a huge dent into your pocket, which with the current situation would not be one of the best things to do. Subsequently, the oil in your engine prevents it from any microscopic wear and debris flakes. So what happens when your engine has oil is that it prevents the metal inside to rub against each other, creating friction, which will then release flakes into your engine itself, which will result in you having an oil leak, which is not something that you would like. It's not something many of us wants to deal with right now. All cars burn oil to some degree, and it's perfectly normal unless you have, of course, an electric car. So when this happens, it'll usually, if it's done correctly, it'll usually release a translucent vapor almost. Yet when there's an oil leak or a problem with your engine, it'll release a dark smoke from your exhaust, which usually indicates that there's something wrong and you need to get it fixed, because it can result in something very tragic. According to the Chevrolet Owner's Care article that they released in 2018, it is usually recommended for older models to check their engine oil every 3 months or 3,000 miles. Yet if you have a newer version, you can usually get away with just checking your oil every 6 months or every 6,000 miles, whichever comes first. As a final point, I would like to discuss the most appropriate and safe way for you to deal with a situation similar to Emily's. According to the DMV's manual, you should pull into the safest lane that's near you. Usually that will indicate the right lane, just because that's usually the slower lane if you were to find yourself in the freeway. And to evacuate the vehicle if you were to detect smoke or the smell of burnt rubber, because that could possibly indicate that your engine will blow up, and to call 911 and inform the dispatcher that you are seeing smoke and the smell of burnt rubber coming from your engine, and to stay at least 12 feet from your car in the case that your engine does blow up, which hopefully none of you will ever have to go through. Consequently, today I've discussed the effects of having a proper lubricated engine, how the oil cleans your engine, and what to do if you were to find yourself in a situation in which your car were to break down in traffic. And it's very important that your engine is well lubricated and for it to have no oil leaks, because it will determine how long you can keep your car for. Just always remember that a car is kind of like similar to a human, and just like us, when heat rises, we need water. So does cars, except they need oil. So let's just always remember that it's never fun to have your engine blow in the middle of the 118. That is something that you never want to have to go through. And I hope that with this speech you can remember to check your oil. Thank you.